This is a video about a serial sexual assault suspect, an in-depth profile on the 4 attacks that he's wanted in. Now, this suspect is wanted in a series of 4 sexual assaults in North York over the last 2 months, since mid-June. The suspect is an Asian male, 25 years old, 5'8" with a medium build. He's about 140 pounds with short spiky hair or straight hair. He's changed it. Here's a short video of him walking at one of the assaults, and a still picture of him. Now, we don't have a lot of information. The police have not released a lot of the information. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a profile of his likely method of attack. This profile is based on my over 30 years as a security expert, a former police officer and bodyguard to over 10 billionaires and VIPs. Now, the police have not released specific information on the exact location of the attacks, the intensity, or the duration. They should, so that women can educate themselves, defend themselves, and live with confidence. Now, a great many of these sexual assaults are all very similar in nature. Here's where they're similar. For one, they all take place near TTC subway exits. 3 of the 4 victims are Asian women. The attacks take place at secluded shortcuts to subdivisions, and he attacks from behind. Now let's look at the first assault at Yonge and Empress Street on Friday the 17th of June at about 1:15 in the morning. At the top in the red line, you'll see the shortcut that I'm talking about. The area that's in black is a construction zone where condominium towers are going up. You can't cut through that way. So we're going to show the shortcut a little bit closer here now. Here's where the construction is going on, so you can't possibly get through. You have to walk around this to get into the subdivision. The TTC stops are right there at North York City Center. You can come out that way, and if you go to walk out, you come to walk up Empress Avenue, you can't. The sidewalk's closed with the construction. Where the normal cut through is through the park, the construction hoarding is up there as well, so you can't go through there. What you have to do is walk north on Yonge Street to where the shortcut appears. Now let's go for a walk up the shortcut. This is from Yonge Street looking up towards where she would have walked. Now this would have been 1:15 a.m. in the morning, so it would have been dark. There's no street lights up here with the construction and a parking lot. This is looking from halfway back towards Yonge and to the right. There's a parking lot which likely would have been empty at 1:15 in the morning. Now walking further along, there's a daycare school up on the right. We get up to the top here, you can see how popular this path is as a shortcut. You can see on the right where the ground is well worn in. So this is where people walk through to get to their houses and their apartments. Over on the left is the Gibson House. It's an old historic house. There's nobody in there, so no one to help you there. In fact, an Asian girl came walking along towards me as I was shooting this video during the day. I mean, that's how popular this shortcut is. You can see where the cement path is as well. This is one that's used a lot by residents in the area. Now, going along this path, here's where I believe the attack likely occurred, is up this pathway straight ahead. You can see the bushes. It's the perfect ambush area. He was likely either walking behind her at this time, we don't know, police haven't said, or he surprised her by coming out of perhaps on the right behind some of the bushes that are there. This would be pitch black at night. Now, he could have grabbed her from behind, choked her from the rear, dragged her off to the side over here behind the Gibson House. There's nobody in that place at night. You can see the bushes that come up the side provide perfect cover for anybody who's applying an attack or doing a sexual assault. You look back, nobody can see you. These other trees block out the view of the people in the apartment buildings. And you come over the other side. What do you see on the other side of these hedges but the pool, which would be empty, obviously, at 1:15 in the morning. And up to the right, in a great way off in the distance, is a condominium where no one would really be able to hear you or help you. Now in this drawing, you see the line with the 2 red X's. The red X on the left is where I believe the attack took place. It could have also taken place with the X on the right, though, beside the daycare where the school is. Here's a video of what it looks like right from there where that daycare and the school is, and where someone could hide if they were going to run out to try to attack you. You can see here there's a wheelchair ramp, nice place to hide behind, so you can wait there for someone. And also over to the side here is a playground area that isn't locked with a latch on it. You can open that up and someone could hide down there or even drag someone down this stairwell and assault them. I don't know, but that's another place where the attack could have occurred. Now let's look at the next attack. Now, this attack occurred at Don Mills Road and Shepherd Avenue West on Tuesday, the 21st of June at 9:20 at night. Another nighttime attack. Now, here's the intersection. On the right, you can see in the far side where the red line starts, the subway stop, and the path that goes across to the left and up, where the shortcut is that goes to the subdivision. So once again, a TTC stop and a shortcut through a subdivision. Here's another overhead look at the shortcut. You can see it runs from the gas station up and through, fairly short. You can see why people would take it. It takes almost 2 blocks off your walk. Here's a look at it from Don Mills Road as you walk towards it. Looks simple enough. Now at 9:25 at night she went to walk across here. If you look up to the apartment building, you can see that the windows aren't really on that side and the tree blocks where the people would be looking down. Now behind this fence is where I believe the attack either took place or where the bad guy was hiding out waiting to jump the girl as she came walking by. Further down this fence line, you can see another treat area that she could have been dragged to and assaulted there. That's my take on where this assault likely happened. Now with the video, you can see from Don Mills and Shepherd, we're going to look back across. One walks through the parking lot and to the trail. You can see the trail. It's well worn, up the side. Short little walk, doesn't look that difficult. Why would anybody think it's that bad? To the left, that's where I believe that the assailant was hiding, lying in wait for a person to come walking by here and not paying attention. Over to the right, you can see Don Mills Road. It's another subway exit there, so someone could have come walking across the cement here, although I think it took place coming from the other stop. You can look up, you see that there's no one who can look down to see what's happening there. Now here's over where I believe where the suspect was. Let's go to this spot and see what the suspect would be looking at as he's hiding behind the wall. So he knows lots of Asian women pass here. He sits in hiding, he looks out, he waits till he sees someone coming by themselves. She walks across, up the path, perhaps gets to about this spot here. He attacks her from behind, grabs her, drags her down, either sexually assaults her here or drags her further along. Now there's a lot of Asian women in this community and it's quite busy. Now let's look at the third sexual assault. This sexual assault took place at the rear of Newtonbrook Plaza at Yonge and Finch on Monday, July the 11th at 4:30 p.m. in broad daylight. Now this is an exit also from the Finch subway station and then a shortcut walk that comes from behind Newtonbrook into a subdivision. You can see it here in yellow and red with the line on it. Now let's go for a walk through this shortcut. Now the rumors are, having spoken to some people in the area, that they believe that what happened was the suspect here followed the victim into this shortcut. We don't know that for sure. It's quite possible he could have also been hiding in the bushes up here, as you'll see as we walk through it. So this would have been similar to the time of day when she would have walked through it. You come up, you start to walk through this shortcut. You can see how long it is and how hard it is to see to the far side of it. Now the bushes are quite growing out here. You can see that my elbows on each side basically touch the bushes. It's quite easy for someone to sort of hide in the bushes. Now as we look to the left, this is perhaps the last chance that anybody has to see you or help you out here as you're going through here. That's the last chance you have for anybody to see you. Now to the right up here, you can't see anything at all. No one can help you there. Now you look at, there's a broken branch here on the right, just right there on the right hand side. Maybe this is where the attack occurred. Once again, we don't know. It would have been easy for someone to hide in these bushes, particularly a smaller build guy, just to come out, spring out, grab you. Now we don't know how long the attack took place or what it was, but we know that it took place here. So these shortcuts are very dangerous to take. Once again, we have an exit off of the TTC subway stop. We have a shortcut that runs through a subdivision. The main thing here, though, is this assault took place in broad daylight on a young woman walking through. Now, since then, I've talked to the neighbors. They've complained to the city about the bushes and the fact that there's only one street light above here, and it wasn't working at the time. So the city has since been back, and they've cut the bushes down. They've made it clearer, as you can see here, and they've also cut around where the street light is, and they've replaced the street light, so it's now working. Now it's a little bit safer. Nonetheless, this is a dangerous place to walk. So this is the third attack, very similar. This is the street light, which now works. Now let's look at the fourth sexual assault. This assault occurred on Olive Avenue on Yonge Street, just south of Finch, on Sunday. at 8:20 at night. Here in this photograph, you can see the intersection of Yonge and Finch at the top left, and 1 block to the east, the red line indicates the alleyway shortcut that the victim may have taken at the time. On this diagram, you'll see an X where I believe the attack likely happened, with the victim either walking across the shortcut alleyway or coming across Olive Avenue from Yonge Street. At the intersection of Yonge and Finch, once again the TTC subway stop is where I believe the victim got off of. Perhaps stopped at this convenience store on the way home to pick something up, which is right at the head of the alleyway. Down this alleyway, there is no CCTV camera coverage at all, very little lighting. It's busy during the day, but not so much at night. Here's where the suspect could have been hiding. Now, hiding here, of course, the person can look out from between the slats in this fence and watch somebody coming or approaching. Had the victim been walking in from Yonge Street towards where this man is up ahead, that's where the attack could have occurred right there. So as she walked closer, this is what she would have seen. Not much to see, but perhaps the suspect peeking through the fence. Now, as she passed by this area, where the Esso station is, this is where I believe the suspect would have come out, grabbed her, and attacked and assaulted her. So let's look at the similarities in all these attacks. They all take place near TTC subway exits. The victims are typically Asian women, and the attacks take place at a secluded shortcut to a subdivision, and he attacks from behind. Here's another look at the suspect. Now, I want women to have as much information as they possibly can so you can protect yourselves and defend yourselves from predators like this. The police haven't been very specific with the information. What I want to be specific about is his method of attack, and there are similarities in the method of attack. So let's go over them just one more time. 1. The attacks target Asian women coming off of TTC subway stops in North York, taking a shortcut, and he attacks from behind. So for now, avoid shortcuts or go in pairs. There is more you can do to walk and live in confidence. More info is coming in my book and my seminar, but for now, avoid the shortcuts. If you'd like more information to be able to follow this and other stories, please join me on Facebook at Ross McLean Security. Like my page to keep informed and live with confidence, walk without fear. I'll help you get there.